Hey, sorry. Work. Um, just a quick one, not to take much of a time. I think it's gonna be like, uh, it's gonna be a short one. Um, just really pointing out a few things because I've been playing Call of Duty and I've been trying to solve the issue of the Corvus barrel that I just noticed, and I think most streamers haven't noticed. The problem of the Corvus barrel in the M4 Modern Warfare 2019. And that's because I think the developers tried to, have a little bit of decision. It's like, hey, we're going to give you this long barrel that is the Grenadier, but if you want to look a little bit more modern, you actually have to use a little bit less of a barrel, but it looks modern. The Corvus. But the thing is, because I've been playing Warzone and I've been playing lately Modern Warfare, and I was trying to and then I switched back to the Kilo just for a few matches, just to check on something that the Kilo has that many other uh, ARs don't have, and that's an intermediate barrel. If you recall, the Kilo has a 16-inch barrel, and I was like, well, this works perfectly for a lot of Modern Warfare maps. I tried it in Ground War, and I was like, yeah, it kind of works. It kind of works, the barrel, 16-inch on the Kilo, and I was like, imagine the M4 having a 16-inch barrel, and I was like, yeah, this is like if the Corvus, instead of being what it is, a nine, yeah, it's like a 19 or 18-inch barrel, and you're like, why not make it 16? That sweet spot that it's an intermediate barrel, in order for you to actually gain a little bit more range, a little bit more bullet velocity, but not mishandling your agility, your mobility. Because the Corvus and the Grenadier barrels, the penalties are the same. It's just a difference on a little bit of bullet velocity. So the Corvus is just like there. It's not helping. And I was like, well, if they actually, I know Modern Warfare 2022 is coming, you know, but that little small update, make the aesthetic change and some adjustments to the Corvus barrel, not only on length but on its stats, and that it doesn't penalize you as the Grenadier barrel because, hey, you want to go long range? It's like your most preferable choice is the Grenadier barrel. The Corvus has the same penalties as the Grenadier, but it doesn't have the that little oomph that the Grenadier barrel has. So I was like, I think that's the main issue. The main issue is that you had two long barrels, yet one is more preferable than the other because stats. So the second long barrel that you have is worthless at that point. So what do you have to do? Is like you have to change it to an intermediate barrel, and I think this is something that we noticed but just scathed once the game came out. One of the reasons that I wanted to go with the TAC Light is because in the beta it was like an intermediate barrel, uh, and I remember it because I was like, oh yeah, it's like a heavy barrel, but a little bit the same, but it has bullet velocity. And like, oh, okay, yeah, you can have a heavy barrel and an M4 the same length, but gives you a little bit more velocity, gives you more oomph, you know. And I was like, yeah, I can work around it if it's going to stay like that. Maybe not. It did not. It turns into the attack barrel where you lose bullet velocity, but you aim down faster. I don't understand why you would switch to a lighter barrel on a normal M4. I mean, to be honest, taking an example of a nerf, Um, it's like I take this barrel that is like standard, in a sense of way light and everything, and I put a thinner, lighter barrel in it. It allows me to move faster, but in real life, it doesn't work because it's easily breakable on even on the maneuvers that you have on Modern Warfare's mobility. Um, it would break. So I mean, I understand stance and everything, but why not just? So that's the problem with the Corvus bill, and I think we overshadowed this one. You know, we just didn't had a proper way to just say, hey, Infinity Ward, you have two barrels. Why not change this one into an intermediate one, and actually, adjust the stats for an intermediate barrel, like the 16-inch on the kilo? That would work, and uh, the M4 would have been a little bit more viable. Um, you could say, even though it was very good, when it started Warzone, because everybody was like Grenadier barrel, no sights and everything. But now imagine that you have an intermediate barrel with a monolithic suppressor that gives you a little bit more oomph and velocity, and you're not suppressed. It doesn't give you that mobility penalty that the Grenadier barrel with the monolithic suppressor gives you. So, in that sense of regard, it's like, well, that's helpful. Same with the 458 SOCOM that I was saying in past video and a few streams ago, that it's okay to have the 458, but if you wanted a conversion one, why not 300 Blackout? Why not 6.8, 6.5 Grendel for that regard? But eh, you know, I understand you don't want to make a rifle overpowered, but there's so many options there, and it just signifies that we have to get to a point on. We have to get, I don't know if the beta is coming. I don't know if the YouTubers right now are going into the studio of Infinity Ward in order for them to actually take a test on Modern Warfare 2022's campaign or multiplayer. I think they're having it right now. They're because of NDAs, they cannot tell anything. But what I can actually encourage everyone to actually do is, if you're going to uh, have a input on it, have a solution for it. For example, if you start seeing in the beta certain issues, like, oh, I know are certain attachments, but what you have still time to actually change this attachment, or this attachment is so repetitive of another one that actually renders this one useless. So you know that kind of stuff. So I think we have to be actually observers and good critics. It's like saying, I don't like this, you can change it into this, in order for it to actually be better. So that's what makes it a good critic. It's not just finding flaws, it's point out the solutions that you can give to those flaws in order for it to actually make it better. And you have to actually do it with this one, because even though we haven't heard any problems, even though we have leaks of information, but they're neither denied nor confirmed, and we have the Instagram posted very slow, and it's like, well, yeah, I think he's just dropping little teasers, little like, oh, whoa, we can't wait for this one, we can't wait for this one. Everybody wants the Modern Warfare right now, but we don't have any news. We're beginning March. Well, we're actually going into mid March, but we still don't have anything. I think there's going to be an event. I think there's going to be an event either in April or in May that's actually going to reveal Modern Warfare 2022 as a teaser, or make us hunt. You know, in the map of Caldera. But I don't think it's gonna happen. Caldera's World War II. For you to actually hunt modern things in Caldera, it's not gonna work. I think what they're actually gonna do is gonna actually make an event. You know, maybe we're gonna have a return of Verdansk, like you return to Verdansk, and maybe destroyed. We don't know, and or before, you know, the modern Verdansk before it was destroyed, not the before the nuke. So you actually find clues, you know, like we had with the Cold War uh, reveal that it was so exciting. Like that one works because it was modern, and hey, there's clues from the Cold War still hidden in the map, and you're like, oh, let's go hunt them and everything. That was actually interesting. Um, we just gotta wait and see on that reveal. But yeah, the Corvus problem is still there. It's gonna. We just overlooked it, and I mean, I think at this point we have to actually take into account that one. And you know that there's going to be certain things that we're going to miss, but I think if we point out that hey, this attachment is like repetitive from this one, rendering this one useless. So yeah, we gotta stay observant on that regard. But anyways, like I said, this was a quick one. I promised that I was gonna renew the streams, but damn. Um, I think I'm gonna make him safer. You know, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 2 p.m. Central, in order for it to actually make it better. Because at those times I'm a little bit more freer than the other ones. So it's gonna be Tuesdays and Thursdays now, 2 p.m. Central, and well, there hasn't been a lot of news, but it's also because I don't know, I'm just playing here and there. I'm not playing a lot of time, 2 3 matches at the most, and that's it. And anyways, shit, I haven't been gaming a lot. And the Ukraine stuff, well, until they declare Putin a war criminal, nothing can be done. Until he's not declared officially by the UN and the Court of War Crimes and everything, uh, Putin a war criminal, nothing can be done except just supply weapons, help the refugees of Ukraine. Uh, that's the only thing the world can do right now. You can donate to the organizations that are helping Ukrainian people, Ukrainian forces. Russian people are going to suffer this one because Putin. Um, yeah, until he's not declared on that side, well, nothing can be done by the world except just send supplies to Ukraine. So I'll just leave it at that in that subject. Anyways, take care of yourselves, your loved ones. The situation in Ukraine has to get better, but like I said, until they don't declare Putin a war criminal, nothing can be done. They have to declare him in order for the world to actually take action and end this. Anyways, see it when there's something important actually, because a lot of it is just here and there of Call of Duty World. Anyways, see you. Take care of yourselves and your loved ones.